Gordon Miller is an investor, an agency founder, and one of the top answerers on Quora. If you go to almost any question on the site, you'll see an answer by Gordon. And in today's video, I wanted to dig deep on his strategy. How does he generate leads on Quora? So here is what we found out. First, I wanted to figure out why Gordon started writing on Quora.
I did this because, after you turn 50, you kind of realize that, you're going to die eventually. And, it's one of those things where my kids don't ever ask, questions. They need to know something, they look it up on, Google it or whatever. And so I figured, well, it wouldn't be fun to answer a bunch of questions that my kids probably should have asked me along the way. But before I die, at least that stuff's up there and they can go look it up if they want to. And that, I was like, okay, well, I'll answer a few questions and okay, I'll answer a few more. It's kind of fun. I'm liking the responses. And then it kind of just took off from there. So I really didn't anticipate that. Who would have thought that, we'd be sitting where we are now with, I've done what, over 6,500 answers, almost 6,600. I've got almost 80,000 followers, and I have a total of over 60 million answer views.
Then I asked, how is Gordon taking off on Quora? How does he promote these answers?
Much of the time from December to April or May, I was working from home. So I didn't fill my schedule like I normally did. So I had some extra time. And it's a slow season for us anyway. There's not much happens in our industry from Thanksgiving to Valentine's Day anyway. So, I spent time December and January. And then in January, something ridiculous happened. It just blew up. I actually hit the buffer for how many questions you can answer in a given day. I think it's about 100, I believe. Even though I've appealed to have them remove the limit for me, they say they won't do that.
Then I asked how Gordon is answering questions in bulk.
So there are a couple things. I have asked for questions twice, and I usually get about 300 questions when I actually use the, ask questions or ask for questions type thing. And the funny thing is that I was getting 300. They allow that for 24 hours that you can get input and questions from folks. And my complaint from Quora was, look, I got to 100 answers and I'm trying to answer every one of them, but the time's going to expire before I can answer all 300 questions because it's going to take me 3 days at the 100 question limit to answer all these questions. And they didn't have an answer for that. After it expires, the questions go away. And I was like, look, I don't know what you want me to do. I guess I'm supposed to be more selective than just to start, with the one that came in and then, bump into the limit.
With Gordon, the answer seemed so simple. It was just do it. Basically, keep going, keep writing, and eventually you'll produce. And it's inspiring because for any channel we're trying, cold email, Quora, LinkedIn outreach, Facebook ads, it really is just that. It's jumping in, testing, and sometimes things are going to work and sometimes they're not going to work. If you found value in this video, I would love if you would share it with a friend or two. We're trying to hit 100,000 subs this year, and every share counts. Also, if you need marketing support for your digital agency, maybe you want someone to help you write Quora questions, reach out to experiment27.com. Thanks.